Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm just going to do a quick video on getting back to work because I'm sick of it now. Well, not really, I've enjoyed it actually. To be quite honest, I've had about 5 weeks off and I've relaxed, got my thoughts together again, but running out of money. Run out ages ago actually, but I'm going to need the government's help, pay the mortgage, but quicker you can get back the better. But I had a good rest, I'll tell you that now. I haven't been bored actually, but it must be something during the age. Anyway, what I was going to do was show you what I'm doing to get my gear ready again for when the lockdown finishes. You can see I've got a few poles out. This is by no means all my poles. I've got about 6. There's 4 of them there and 1 for the shops. Okay, and I'll tell you what I'm doing with them. You can see there's various brushes. We've got a couple of Reach It ones. I've got about 3 of those. Okay, different styles there, different bristle configurations. I've got an X-Line one there, which I do quite like, I must admit. But what I tend to do is take the bottom sections off these to make them lighter. I've got this one still complete. This one's about 5 or 6 years old. That's the original clamps on there. That's lasted, but that's the whole thing together. It weighs a fair amount, but if I have any 2-story stuff, you know, the 3rd window up, I'll use that one. I can just quickly swap the brush around and that. But mostly I take the section off, 2 sections, because there's 7 section poles like that. Take that one off and it comes down to 5 sections like this. These 2 are like that. Okay, and for domestic it's much lighter, go faster, less strain, etc. Now here's a pole that someone actually gave me a while ago. I just left it with me. It didn't work at all, it was busted, but it's the usual problem. I can tell you why. I had a good look at it, and you see these gaps here between the clamps. They were touching, so what I've done is saw a bit out. People will know this. So there's gaps now, even when the clamp is actually closed. Okay. You open it, that's even bigger. You don't want them to touch. Okay, because once they're touching, they can't close anymore. Now there's no swivel at all with that, and that's what I've done with the others. Okay, you can see them there. Okay, this is how they used to be. That one's not been done yet, but it's still managing to work. But I have changed the levers on that for a later model. Okay. Now, if anybody can recognise this pole, tell me what it is, because I can't find any manufacturer's marks on it. I've taken the bottom section off this one as well. Okay, I'll be grateful if you recognise this pole. I don't know who makes it, but if you're wondering what these red dots are on here, well, you're going to like this if you're OCD like me. I'm not diagnosed with OCD, but sometimes I think I am. I've drilled little holes here, not right through, just little indentations, fill them full of paint so the paint won't come off. It's a bit smudged. See? So I can line the clamps up. Love it. You see these ones, to reach it, have got like a little V configuration. I like that because they all slot together in that way. The later ones do anyway, the earlier ones didn't have that. Alright. So yeah, tell me who made that pole. But that's up and running again as well now. That is brilliant. Now what I do, I've got the pipe on the outside. I always work with the pipe on the outside, and I actually kink the pipe to use as a tap. I just kink it and it stops the water instantly. like this when it's on the pole. Okay. Another reason I have the pole hose on the outside is because you get less wear of the pole itself. It drags less dirt inside, and personally I think they slide up and down easier, because sometimes if you haven't got the right angle of the hose going up inside the pole at the end there, in the end, it will bind on it. You might be stood on it or something. You can stand on it like this as well, but not as often. And also when you're putting the poles away, of course they're just nice and tidy. You can see just the connectors are that length there. You just throw them into the vehicle like that. Very, very neat. Okay, and when you coil your pipe up, it just goes onto the backpack or your hose reel, all nice and tidy that way. Some people think it's an untidy way of working though, with the pole hose hanging down, but I grab hold of the pole hose when I'm using the pole and hold it against the pole. Anyway, it's just technique. You get something you get used to. I do it second nature without thinking now, you know, and I kink the hose, use it as a tap like that as well. What I also do though, I've got them on all the poles, is I put a little bit of carbon fibre pole, the old piece. See, that's was cut off because of the wear on the pole itself. It wouldn't clamp on that. Look at that wear, it's incredible. So that's been cut off. But anyway, use it like a tap now. And what happens when you've got the pole hose out, I've usually got longer out than this of course, you just kink it and you stuff it in there. Okay, and that cuts the water off and that holds it there. When you move to the next job, you know, with your backpack, whatever you're doing, paying a customer, paying whatever, and it's a pretty good system. I've got it on the others, but this you'll notice there's a difference. There's a twin jet there, but whereas this, it's these overhead jets here. You can see, okay, spray bar, and I've still got the same idea, but to stop it from sliding right down the hose, just put a little washer there of some kind to stop it actually going over the connector. Okay, that's something I like doing. Bird muck. Okay, you know, sometimes you'll get bird muck, and especially this time of year, and you soften it and you come back to do it, and then most of it comes off, but there's a stubborn bit that just won't come off, and it's so annoying. It's you have to go back to the house, see if it's you know, softened even more. It's frustrating as hell. So what I do, I have this blade, bird muck scraper, in the back of my belt. It used to be a lot longer than this. Okay, and I just cut it off here, so it's shorter, and then I just put a piece of pole in. Make sure it don't come out. I've got a screw in there, and I've got a very, very slight angle there as well. So when it's on the glass, it's not just dead straight. You might need a slight angle to it. Now, with the pole hose on the outside, it's very, very easy to actually get your brush off, and of course this is wedged in good and proper, this one. Let's try this one. Undo the clamp. See, that just comes straight out there. Your pole hose is trailing on the ground. You just put this in, put the clamp up, scrape the bird muck off, bring it down, put it back in your belt, back on, clamp it up, away you go. It's as quick as that. You know, I quite like that. It's the best method I've found so far. Used to put like credit cards and everything in here, just in the, try and put it in the top, but I could never quite get the right angle. You'd have to bring the pole down again anyway and adjust the angle and all sorts. So, and they used to break off, etc. So what else have I done? What else am I doing? Well, this is my pole from a shops, Unger pole. everybody will recognise this. If you get any wear on these, they wear quite rapidly. I think a small tip would be put some insulation tape full length on the inner section like that, and you'll find it clamps up much easier. If it's that worn, if you put one stretch of tape one side and then turn it around and put it along the other side, you'll find it just clamps up easy. Then it won't last forever. You see it's just beginning to go there, but it works again. Good pole, but I only use that once a week for the shops anyway. There you go. Going on to the bottom of my poles here, I protect them all with these window cleaning blades, old window cleaning blades. You can see them all curled up there. They're just taped on, they just stay on. That protects them further, even though the Reach-It ones have got these stainless steel inserts, you can see there. I still like to protect them further, and also to protect vehicles, so banged vehicles. And when you've got a sharp pole there, then that can be dodgy. Moving on to the backpack. Okay, I've got two. Always have two in case one fails. That's saved me more than once. Favourite one is this Gardner one here. Get a nice lot of pressure out of that. Really good. And the batteries usually last the whole day, if not 2 days. Fantastic. If you're wondering what these are, put them on both. That's so that you can put your pole on there. It's like a pole rest. Let me do that clamp up again. Oops. Oh. That goes on there instead of it sliding off. Especially with the older one, because it's very slippery. Slightest bit of wind it'll just blow off, but now that rests there. If you need to put that down, do a bit of trad window cleaning. Somewhere to put the pole rather than throwing it on the ground. Another reason I like, well, the reason I dislike this a little bit is because I can't see the water level actually in that, but you get used to that anyway. So I like to just, I don't like to run out. I like to think, oh, I'm going to run out, I'm going to top it up again. Whereas the big boy one here, you can actually see the water level there, can't you? So that's the only thing I don't like about the Gardner one. I've just got a new trolley, only 10 quid. These are the ones I get all the time. It's again Work Zone, as you can see there. It was only 10 quid, so I couldn't pass that up. I nearly got two, but I would have been wasting my money. It's starting to get old. It was to replace the one I've got over there, which is actually dropping to bits now. I just used that to transport the barrels from the filling station here to the vehicle. So also when I coil up my pole hose, okay, like I say, it's all nice and tidy to put the poles away into the vehicle. Wind it up round my arm instead of round the handle. I used to wind it round and round and round the handle here, but to get it off again was very difficult, time consuming. So now I just, especially the Gardner's one, wrap it up round my arm. You know the method, sailor's method, and then it will wedge down in between here. So it will keep it there mainly. It depends how much length you've got. You know, I've only got about 30 feet on each one. Now for the big boy, that'll do the same thing, but it won't wedge on really well. But what keeps that on is just this piece of pipe here. As you can see, it just keeps it there, but I've got a big clamp there for that. You see. Okay, so that's about it. That's what I've been doing, getting all my stuff ready, prepared, cleaned up. Just a few other things, a few tips you might have picked up there. Okay, I can still learn. I'm still learning. I've been doing it for 33 years now. I'll be 34 this November if I ever get back to work again. That is anyway. I could talk on forever. It looks like I'm going to do. So anyway, stay safe. Good to talk to you guys, and if you've got any other tips for me and stuff, I'll be grateful if you send them in. But there's a few ideas. That's just the way I do it. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it. I mean, there's all sorts of different ways and ideas. Keep it efficient. Anyway, keep safe, guys, and I hope you all get back to work soon if you're not already back to work. So that's job done.